Just finished your demo of Poppie. What can you tell us about what happened?
Well, hopefully people saw the differences that she had, especially when we first started and Rebecca put some pressure on Poppie and she immediately rolled, which is very characteristic of her. And her eyes at the back of her head, she was checked out. When a rider approached her, and it wasn't the horse, it was the rider, she got very defensive. And also when Rebecca was even in the area where a stirrup would be, even without touching her, Poppie had a hard time with Rebecca in her space.
Was it the stirrup or her leg that would be the issue?
It would be a human in her space. Because it could be either your hand. If she was saddled and she actually, when the saddle's on her, she's okay. But if you go to put your hand near the stirrup and get close to her side, she'll have that same reaction.
What happened when you approached Magic and Rebecca while you were holding Poppie?
She absolutely checked out. So she had her head down and you could just see her body language. She just completely checked out.
Now normally if she were, let's say, in the small pasture and somebody was riding here in the arena, she would normally go after the rider aggressively.
She would actually charge the rider.
But she would still be okay with the horse.
Yes. She's okay with the horse, but it's the rider that she's going after. So even when I'm not in the area and she's turned out and a rider passes her, she will run and try to charge the rider.
Would she bite the person?
She absolutely would.
So if they were close enough, they would be bit?
Absolutely.
But would she kick and buck?
Her method is biting.
Okay.
That's primarily what she does. However, she would, if she had to kick, she absolutely would.
Now, if you were to go and do all of these things with her, would she have laid down?
She probably would not have laid down. She doesn't get that reactive with me when I ask her to move. She has a little bit of attitude, but nothing like we saw. And that was actually pretty mellow for her. But she definitely doesn't have her peaks and valleys when I work with her. As well as if I stand by her side, she doesn't put her ears back. She doesn't grind her teeth.
Does she not trust herself, or does she not trust the people that are messing with her, or is it a combination?
I think it's a combination. I think because she was without a herd growing up, she doesn't know what it's like to be a herd animal, so to speak. And I am her herd, so she's very comfortable with me. And as you can see with what Rebecca did, she clearly has some issues. And if we had done this every day for 6 years, it would be the same, because that's essentially, I can't say that I've worked with her every day like this, but I have worked with her and we still have the same issues. They're just not as extreme.
Now, Rebecca has worked with her before, so Poppie's reaction might be a little bit less aggressive than, let's say, somebody like me who doesn't work with her as much. So would the reaction be magnified to a degree where it would be considered unsafe?
No. She's actually, in my mind, pretty safe, and maybe that's just because I'm used to her. And I actually don't think it would be, even if you worked with her or somebody else did, I don't think it would be anything different than what we saw with Rebecca. So as you can see, she's just a very unique animal, and I haven't seen a horse like this.